Okay, a lot of confusion around this whole thing. I'm going to try to explain to my best ability what's going on with Daniel 9 with Daniel 9 and how people say that it's about the Antichrist. And I'm going to show you with a Jenga block here. See this Jenga block? I'm going to show you. Okay. First of all, Daniel chapter 9, there's a prophecy in it about the 70 weeks. Verse 24. 9, Daniel 9:24. 70 weeks are determined upon my people and upon the holy city to finish the transgression and to make an end of sin and to make a reconciliation for iniquity, righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, to anoint the most holy. So first off, we have to stop. We have to stop immediately right here. Immediately. This is the reason why all this is so important is because people use Daniel 9, I think it's 27, to say that all of Christ. They take this one little verse and they make all these other doctrines, other stuff, and it gets out of hand quick. And I'm going to show you that with these Jenga blocks. I've got a mess of them right here. I'm going to show you. Okay. So 70 on thy people. This is the angel Gabriel talking to Daniel, a Jew. Okay, so upon thy people, the Jews of Daniel's time, not the Jews of 2025, and upon the holy city is Jerusalem, to finish their transgression. The transgression of what? Why are they in Babylon? And to make an end of sins. Who did that? I think that was. And to make reconciliation for iniquity. I think that was also Jesus. And to bring in an everlasting righteousness. Oh, that was also Jesus. And to seal the vision and the prophecy. That was Jesus too. And to anoint the most holy. Who's the most holy? Oh, that would be Jesus as well. Okay. 70 weeks is all about Jesus. There's no, we're going to get into this. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem, Messiah, the prince, shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. And the street shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times. Go back and read. Go back and read about the rebuilding of Jerusalem that after Babylon. All this happened. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, not for himself. My bad. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself, and the people of the prince that shall come to destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof will be with a flood, and to the end of the war desolations are determined. Okay, so this is about Messiah being killed, and it's coming and destroying Jerusalem. All of that happened. Okay. This is where it gets confusing. And in 27 it says, and he shall confirm the covenant. Did I miss? No, I didn't. And he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifices and the oblations to cease. For the overspreading of abominations he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be desolate. Now look, this is it right here. This is the verse, and this is the verse. Imagine this is Daniel 9:27 right here. Just imagine it. Let's see if I can get my camera to adjust down. This camera acts crazy, so bear with me. Okay. This right here is Daniel 9:27. And then we have the gap theory that between the 69th week and the 70th week, there's a huge gap. And then we have, well, we're in the church age, and now we're in the dispensation of grace, and oh, here's Gentiles in the church or something different, or the Gentiles and the Jews are something different. Here's the future. The Antichrist is a billion years in the future. Here's the law's done away with. Here's all these doctrines. Okay, they get built up on this whole thing. I mean, these go deep. Israel, those who bless Israel shall be blessed. Just the whole thing, the modern church, what they preach, the rapture, all of it. This is it. And here at the bottom, right here, is Daniel 9:27. All right, that right there. And it's holding this whole thing up. And all this other mess, garbage on top of it. We break down. He is in 9:27, and he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. Well, in this prophecy right here, the week is 7 years. Well, this covenant that was being confirmed by Jesus with many, he says, this is the blood and this is my body and this is the thing of the new covenant at the Last Supper and all this other stuff. And then he dies on Passover, then he resurrects and all this other stuff. It says, and in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and oblations to cease. All these people take this whole thing and they make it about the Antichrist. The Antichrist is going to make a worldwide covenant. And in the middle, he's going to betray the Jews and he's going to burn the thing up and he's going to go in the temple and blah, 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 and all this other garbage. This has anything to do with the future. This is all about the 490 years that were determined with the rebuilding of Jerusalem all the way until Messiah. And in the midst of the week, so at 3.5 years within the 7, the middle of the week, ministry was 3.5 years long. He shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. When he said it is finished, took his last breath, the veil of the temple was ripped. No longer were any sacrifices or thing like that at the temple accepted, so it ceased. And for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate. He says, behold, I leave you your house desolate. This is all just right there. But we let these lying deceivers teach this garbage in these churches without calling them out. Even until the consummation. The consummation is the wedding supper of the Lamb. That house is left desolate. Why? Because he says, I won't come back to you until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. He says, behold, I'm coming, and my prize is coming with me, and all of that. That is the wedding supper of the Lamb, which hasn't happened yet. That is poured upon, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. Okay, so if we take this out, we take Daniel 9:27 out, the whole thing falls, and the whole of futurism cannot have futurism, the eschatological theory of futurism. You cannot have it without Daniel 9:27 being about the Antichrist, making a worldwide covenant, and then all the other. You can't have it. It is the crux. It is the thing that holds the whole up. I used to believe this. Many believe this now. This is a lie. Daniel 9:27 was fulfilled by Messiah. It's done. There's nothing future about it. There's no gap theory. There's no the 7th week it was frozen and it'll happen and it'll finish later. It's done. I can't I can't stress how dangerous this is, because he who is Antichrist denies that Christ came in the flesh. We go back to Daniel 9:24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people, upon the holy city, to finish their transgression, and to make an end to sin, and make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. If the 70 weeks weren't completed by Christ, he didn't come in the flesh and complete this. We're looking for someone else. So either Jesus came and fulfilled the 70 weeks and says, I come to fulfill the law. I came to do everything that was prophesied about me. Or he's a wicked sinner, a liar, and all this other stuff. Something that no one that's a Christian would say. So why are we denying that he came in the flesh and completed all these things? When are we going to hold pastors accountable? They're preaching lies. And it isn't until you break this lie, until you can see the rest of it. Well, wait a second. If the 70 weeks are done, then you can't use that there's a future 70 week and that we're in this other thing and we're in the church age and yada, 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 yada. That all goes out the Preterism is just as wrong as well. I don't want to get into preterism. One day I'll do a Jenga tower with preterism. That's not the point of this. The point of this video is to call out futurism and to warn all of you. If you see them pull up and they're like, see there, right there, Daniel 9:27, Donald Trump's doing that right now. He's confirming a covenant. He's making a peace covenant. They don't know what they're talking about. What they're talking about may be something else, but it's not Daniel 9:27. So they cannot use part of it about a future event. It's over. I hope this blesses you.